Music.
Okay, okay. Intern playlist.
These roads of flames are catching a fire. Oh, no, I've been feeling very long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too long. And I'm hoping that you sing my song. I've been hoping that we all will. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own. But we ain't never left alone. And if I'm telling you the feeling is wrong, relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone.
You know it's already hard for me to turn it down any day of the week, but including on a special edition Talk About It Tuesday.
Talk About It Tuesday. What's up, everyone? We are back once again to talk about it. We have a special guest today, all of us intern Patience, who's going to give us the lowdown on what's happening from the youth perspective, not just the Black perspective, but the youth perspective here on Talk About It Tuesday. What's happening, Jamaica? What's happening, Patience?
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, guys.
I'm so happy that Patience is here because she's going to talk about what people are talking about, what young people are talking about on a Talk About It Tuesday. But definitely want to start with Patience introducing themselves. Let folks know, like, who's Patience? What are you involved in? What are you up to? What are the things that you do or that, are happening in your life right now?
Okay. My name is Patience. I'm the All of Us intern, and I'm in Loud for Change, a youth advocacy group outside of school. And my mom is the owner of Delicious. Go get you a plate. And I also do hair on the weekends. Patience_braids1. Book me too. And yeah. Big picture.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Patience. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I go to Big Picture too.
Big Picture. So Loud for Change, Soulicious, got your own business, and you go to Big Picture. What is Big Picture?
Big Picture is kind of like a school with smaller classrooms, and then we have like internships. This is how I intern with All of Us, and we basically first it was Leaving to Learns. We started off with Leaving to Learns, which were when we went out into the real world and learned about like stuff. Like we went tubing recently. We went. My favorite was Wild Play. It was like a up in the sky ropes course. I was terrified, but I did it still. And that was my favorite. I think I just faced my fear of like heights, and then I trusted the people around me. Because when I fell, I barely got back up. And we have advisory. It's in the morning, is where we kind of like talk about like our weekends are like the previous day, and then after lunch, just to like wind down from lunch, and then at the end of the day to wind down from the whole day. And yeah, it's pretty much.
One of the great things about is that it is student led.
Yeah,
students are involved in decisions that are made. Patience has had a number of opportunities in leadership in deciding what happens inside that building for like student assemblies.
Mm-hmm. So I ended up February I planned a Black History Month event to celebrate Black excellence. Me and Madison did it. Madison's new All of Us intern. Love her.
Yes, Maddie is the new All of Us intern.
Yay. But we planned the whole thing. We made a presentation slideshow. We got guest speakers, Jamaica, and some other students from Loud for Change, including me, to come and talk about what we do. We had Miss Brown. She had a slideshow, and we got her like a little jar of nice things that the whole school wrote about her. And we pretty much planned it all. The only thing the school really did was like they made the poster, and then we made the flyer to post around the school. We did the parent they did the parent sign up sheet to bring food. We got food there, and yeah, it was really fun, and it wasn't boring at
It was
all.
not boring.
Yeah. Because I hate like assemblies and stuff, because like just talk and talk and talk. So I tried to make it like something that if I was in the crowd, that I would actually sit there and watch, or like be intrigued, and like after every slideshow I made everybody clap. Like it was, yeah, I couldn't. I know I wouldn't be able to just sit there if it was just silent and people talking in front of me.
It was amazing.
So just Jamaica, sorry, Patience. So you're working with all of us.
Mhm.
Working with you're with Loud for Change. You're doing the type of thing that me and Jamaica certainly really admire and love and want more students to take part in. Can you tell us a little bit, like, what is your motivation? Like, how did you get started? What guided you to be a part of the things that you're a part of now?
I started from like Ozar, and I seen like what they were doing, and it was kind of interesting, but it was too late for me to join in 7th grade. So 8th grade, I joined it, and I kind of liked it because it was like they were advocating. And me personally, I was in the school system a lot, so I had to advocate for myself. So like seeing that they were advocating for other people kind of just like drawn my attention. And then after Oneida Sangari, he started like another group outside of it, and it was during my volleyball season. So like after volleyball season, I went to a couple of meetings. I was like, yeah, I really like this. I like the community. Like it was really nice. We got hoodies, and I think it's just like me in schools kind of just motivated me to do more than just like in school and like kind of outside of school work.
That's amazing. That's really nice to hear. We talk with students, Jamaica and I,
Mhm.
a lot throughout the year, and some of the motivations that they have are kind of similar to you. They had to be introduced to something, right? They
Yeah,
had to, had to be shown that there's a different way, or there's and be empowered in order to be involved with any of the justice work or issues that
yeah.
face issues they face beyond just themselves, but the communities that they walk and talk in every day. Can you tell us a little bit about Loud for Change and Ozarks? I know that both of Mr.
Yeah.
Sangari had both of those organizations, but what were those organizations about or
So
are?
Ozar was the Oneida Students for Anti-Racism. They painted like a big mural in Oneida, still up there. We went to Washington D.C. It was kind of just like a group of kids coming together and like talking about racism. And I think it was like around the time with like George Floyd and stuff. So like that really brought everybody together. And like it was just Ozar was doing big things, and then it was sad to see that as soon as Sangari left, it like shut down. So like when he opened the new one, like I jumped on that opportunity. I was like, I got volleyball, but after volleyball season, like I'm there. Like I try to come to every meetings. Even my mom will let me miss work to go to the meeting sometimes. Like it was just, and then Loud for Change is kind of like that same thing, but it's not Oneida. It's Oneida kids there still that like came there, but we're just like everywhere. We went to Philadelphia and lobbied. We're not lobbied. We did a conference meeting, and we just kind of told people about like Loud for Change, and it was nice to see like people were like, oh, like it's nice seeing the youth do this. Like we need more kids like you guys in our community, and it was just like really nice, and I love it. I love everybody there too. It's a great like what happens.
Big,
Loud for Change stays in Loud for Change.
big shout out to Mr. Sangari,
Yeah.
also known as Yak Kuba, aka Yak. Him and his wife Tracy doing some amazing work with our young people in the community. Big shout out to them.
Love them.
So you talk about with me a lot. It's students from all across the capital region that are part of Loud for Change, right? It's not
Yeah.
just Schenectady. There are students from all over. Um, Do you feel like what students are talking about in Schenectady, they're talking about other places? What are students in Schenectady talking about?
Mostly they're talking about like schools. They're talking about politics. They're talking about your favorite person at the town hall, Jamaica. And then like it's just mostly we like talk about like schools and stuff. We talk about Palestine, and it's just like nice to hear from other people because I feel like I learn a lot. Like I told you guys, like I know more about the school system than like anything else. So like I go there and it's kind of like a learning experience every time. It's always something new. So I feel like it's like every time it's different. It's different everywhere. Like sometimes what people see on the internet, what's happening in their community, and it's like we just kind of come together and just share like what we heard and like talk about what's going on in the world around us and like stuff like that. So it's not only just like what's happening to people, it's or like to the people in the group itself, but it's just kind of like what's happening in like our community and like places far from here and stuff. So yeah.
I wonder what. I'm sorry, Jamaica. You about to say
No, no,
something?
no. Go ahead.
No, I was just curious, just to dig into that a little bit about the different topics that people that the youth are talking or discussing.
Mhm.
What are their feelings about, from your perspective, mind you? I know you don't speak for all kids
Yeah.
in the city, but all young people. What are their feelings about the current political climate? Like what's happening with the Trump administration in particular? What are the young people talking about when it concerns that
Well, they
specifically?
literally
As specific as you can be, anyway.
okay, they literally say we're done for. Like it's not like they have anything nice to say except for the gas or something. But like half of the kids in Loud for Change don't drive. So it's like it's not good things. Like they're not saying anything too nice. I don't know too much about politics, but yeah.
Yeah, patience is being super subtle right now, because patience will sit in the office and me, her, and Maddie sit down and start chopping it up, especially when we're talking about the programming for the civic engagement, right?
Yeah.
All of us do civic engagement with eighth graders in Albany. Patience and Maddie help with that program. They're helping me create what the program is going to be for the youth organizing workshop on April 26th because we're talking to young people. They are young people. You have opinions and they are political because they're personal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. You know things. You say things.
I know things. I say things. Yeah. I do. I say a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. We're done.
What do you think is one of the top school issues, right? So whether it's in big picture or Schenectady at large,
Mhm.
what are kids talking about, either good or bad, when we're talking about our schools?
I think like there's like a social work, like a counselor or whatever. Some people, like some of my friends, like it's like they don't have like anybody to talk to. I feel like when something like big happens with one student or like a small group of students, like the counselors focus more on just them when there's like other people who actually need help. So like I'm not gonna say any names, but it'd be like I'll talk to my friends and they're like hurting so bad, but you think they're like the strongest person, and it's like the counselor's not gonna check on them because it's like they just assume like me, like, oh, you're strong, your patient, you'll be all right, like that. And it's like it's hard because like who are they gonna talk to? And at that I can't always be there for my friends to even like, you know, like like a counselor should. Like they pull like a certain group of students because like something's happening to them like in the moment, and then they just keep like checking on them, and it's kind of not the same for everybody else, I would say. And then school lunches. But yeah, that's one of the main things.
So funny enough, right now the school district is deciding how it's going to spend its money next year.
Some
And
like new
it,
building. My school's personally talking about a new building because it's so old. There was like lead in our pipes when we first got there. We had to have water dispensers everywhere. I mean, I don't hate it. I love me a water dispenser. There's one right here, but it's a really old building.
and your building is going to get work. So
Yeah.
there's a larger plan for schools to receive, certain amount of construction at different sites.
Mm.
But what I'm hearing you say is that students would like to have more counselors, and there's not enough counselors for the
Yeah,
that they have,
pretty much. Yeah.
and that the lunch sucks.
Yeah, lunch sucks. But good thing about us is Christina's our lunch lady. I love her, and she brings us like hummus. So like I literally just eat hummus and carrots for lunch.
That doesn't seem like enough for lunch.
She looked Dom said, I agree.
Is
Yeah,
Dom on here? Is Dom on?
yeah. Dom's
What's
on.
up? What's up, Dom? You know that's one of my favorite young people in the world. I can't wait to have him on an interview, having the same discussion, or have you both on together, talking about what's happening with young people and your thoughts.
We should have a round table. We should have a young people round table.
I
I
love that.
Let's
completely
get
Love
it.
that.
agree.
Yeah, Patience, Maddie, Dom. There's a few folks.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're definitely making that happen for real.
Can't
So
wait.
Dom said, "What's up, Sean?"
What's up, Dom? So looking at facing school politics, structure, and what you're seeing wrong with lack of counseling is one thing. Bad food, which is probably generational at this point.
Yeah.
Bad food at high school. You already said your thoughts about what's happening with the Trump administration. At least that there's nothing really good being saying about that, and kids don't have a lot of hope. What
Yeah.
hope do you have, Patience? Like with the work you do and some of the kids you work with more specifically, like what hope do you have for our future, and how do you think young people, can get involved and have that hope that you do?
I think like I don't know. I think it's like with me it's just kind of like something happened for like me to even be involved in stuff like this. So like and I don't want nothing to happen to anybody. So like maybe like I don't there has to be like maybe more school groups like Ozar. Like I feel like even with the lack of counseling there was still a group where people could go together and like talk about stuff, like it was a safe space. Maybe like more like there's an after school program, but like it's
I'm
not
gonna
like
take your silence as the after school program is lacking and may need some additional support.
yeah. I mean it was nice. I went there for a little bit last year and but it's just not like a space where I'd want to go and talk about my feelings. Or like if I wanted somebody to talk to, I wouldn't find them there, is what I'm trying to say. So like it was just like something fun to do after school, basically. Or like if I was bored and I didn't want to go home, then I would go there to do arts and crafts or bake or stuff like that. But I don't think it's necessary. I think there should be like more spaces where it's like kind of like a safe space. Like I think there's like My Brother's Keeper. I
Mhm.
guess that would be a safe space for girls. I mean, for boys, there's none for girls. I don't think. Or there was a girls group, but I
Yeah,
haven't. That.
Shades of Sisterhood
Mhm.
was recently started. And, one of the questions I always have is, how many students are participating?
Yeah.
How many students want to participate but aren't necessarily there or don't
Mhm.
know it's there or don't know enough about it to
Yeah.
know if it's a safe space that they would want to be in?
Mhm.
Um, and Dom in the chat, I think Big Picture does a good job at helping students with grades that needed.
Yeah.
Big Picture, I've heard so many positive things about, but
Yeah.
but not all of the students in Schenectady go to Big Picture,
Exactly.
and not every student, even in Big Picture, has the same access after school.
Yeah.
Definitely dropping a plug right now that on Saturday, April 26th, young people are invited to come together for a youth organizing day. It's actually youth advocacy and organizing. It's from 10 to 2. We're going to have a real lunch. We're not talking cheese and crackers, people. You can
Yes.
just come for the food. That's fine. But we're definitely going to have a community of young people, um, ages 13 to 21. But, don't be like, oh my gosh, I'm 22 and I can't be there. That's not how it works. That's just a guideline. Patience and Maddie are going to be there. If you need a ride, all you got to do is hit us up. We do ask folks to register because it is a limited space and we want to know how much food to bring. It's going to be at the Phyllis Bort branch on State Street in Schenectady. If you register at Building Youth Power 2025, you'll get all of the information on the address. And you can always reach out to us at untitledandfree@gmail if you have additional questions.
And please remember, while you're doing all of that, to click, like, or love and share this content, share this messaging. If you agree with what we're talking about and are interested in hearing more, click, like, and share. Make sure the algorithm pushes this video, pushes this content around the social media space so that we can get more followers and therefore have a much broader platform to deliver this messaging. Click, like, share.
Yes. At followers, all you little followers, tell your followers, look, this is what I'm watching right now. Y'all should watch it too. I get to spend almost every single Friday with patients. And it is literally one of my favorite days of the week. Like without question. If anyone ever wonders, like, what's it like to go to work and want to go to work and be, thank you, Roman, and that you want to be there. I had told Patience and Maddie last Friday.
I'll tell them
Yep.
our address for you can have some root beer.
Okay, Roman wants everyone to have root beer. Like Roman's just giving out free root beer at this point. But work tends to take a long time on any given day for me, but never on Fridays. 10 to 2 goes flying by. Patient shows up in the office. Next thing I know, the bus is coming to pick her up. And I'm like, how the hell did that happen? And we get a lot done. It's not like we're just like, we get so much done and the day is just gone. Everybody wishes that Patience was their intern. That's just a whole fact. And now Maddie's there too. So it's, listen, y'all can't touch all of us. No.
I've heard Patience. I know that I haven't been working with you nearly as much as Jamaica, if really at all. But I've certainly heard a lot. First of all, no, we ain't got to put numbers on it. I was trying to just slide put numbers. What I was trying to say was, I've heard so many great things from Jamaica about you, and everything she just said, and then some. About what you've been to this program, to our organization, and to her personally. And I would just say I really appreciate that as well as appreciating the food your mama and them be cooking. So that's why you see me pop up over there, because that definitely hits the spot for me. So big shout out to Solicious, and certainly big shout out to Patience.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, if folks don't know that Solicious is on Albany Street in Schenectady, you could definitely Google Solicious on Facebook or on the internet. You'll see that orange and purple logo. Shout out to Solicious. Not to mention that Monica has been such a strong supporter of movement work beyond like this year. Every time I've called her and asked for support and said, hey, this thing is happening, she's like, what do you need? I'm there. In addition to the fact that if I say, hey, can Patience do blah, 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 yes, exclamation point, emoji faces. So love the support, and that food is hella good. Ain't playing.
Another 10.
Hella good. And this is a shameless plug. Is that what they call it? But go down Solicious and get some food. One, they ain't hurting for your money, but certainly if you want to eat some good food, get down there and get it, because most people already know about it now. And I would love to have one of them shirts, man, or one of them sweaters.
It's a shirt. I layered it.
I know. I was almost expecting you to wear your All of Us shirt today, but that's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
In my defense, I took my mom's and she took mine. Now they're both gone. I don't know. I took them both, and I think she took them both back. I couldn't find it.
That's okay. Listen,
this is her shirt too. I took her. This is her shirt too.
Mama's clothes. So
Yes.
it's a real youth experience. You know, young people just taking their parents' clothes, like it's a whole thing. Understood. Patience, is there anything we didn't talk about that you want us to talk about, or anything we didn't ask you that you're like, I wish you would have asked me this thing? whether it's about schools, like, like you did to me at your event, and you just threw a question out there because you knew it was the question.
Yeah, I do remember that. I was so excited to ask that question too.
Really? What was that question, Patience?
How do you feel about the metal detectors?
How do you feel, Patience?
How do I feel? Oh my god. Okay, well, I guess that's the question. I just don't. I just like it's like, are we going to jail? Like the food is already trash. We already are like zombies throughout the day. Now we gotta get detected for what? Just to enter the school building. Like, thank God we don't have those. But like, if I had those, I don't think I'd come to school. Like, I'd probably do like online or something. And they'd be standing out there for mad long. Like, did you see the lines with bunches of people? Like, I couldn't do that. But yeah, I think if I had those, I'd feel like I'm going to jail or something. Like I'm going somewhere bad.
It doesn't feel like you're just going through the airport? No?
Nah.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your opinion.
Thank you.
Because you did the same thing to me in front of your entire school building.
I had to switch my background real quick. I think something's wrong with my lighting. I feel like I'm fading away over here. Patience, I gotta
Yeah.
what, Jamaica?
No, I was thinking that nothing. Yes, you're fading away.
Yes. This is so I know we're coming to a close. The conversation's just about done. I want to say you've done an amazing job of kind of answering some of our questions and giving us some of this perspective from the young people that you're around in your school building. What is it you want to do, in your life? What is your goals? Like, what do you want to do as an adult as you continue this career in education from high school on to college? What is it that you're looking to do in your life? What's that thing?
Um. I don't. Well, when I grow up, I want to be a braider. I'm already halfway there, but I think I want to go to college, play volleyball. I don't know with this. I still want to do this when I get older. Like I still want, because I like knowing stuff that not everybody knows. If that makes sense, like stuff like this, because like not everybody knows about like advocacy work. Like somebody asked me what's an advocate before, and I said me, and then I kept walking. But like I still want to do stuff like that, and yeah, I just know I want to play college volleyball when I get to college. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. We gotta come catch it.
I've got to drop a little known fact because Patience always overlooks it, and it's quite disturbing to me. Patience is an amazing artist.
I was just about to say that about doing hair. Like I was gonna say, I was like, art, like doing hair. Is that like a form of art for you?
Yeah.
But she also does actual art, like with her hand and colors, does art, not to mention the graphic design stuff that she does on computers, like the digital art. So the amount of creativity that Patience has just in one hand could rival like my entire body. Just because that's some of the work that she does for us is help with creating art for our campaigns. Or I'll share the story as quickly as I can. The civic engagement that we're doing in Albany, the eighth graders chose a topic that they wanted to choose for what was their advocacy going to be about. And they chose violence, that they have an anti-violence campaign. And there were about 10 students that each made individual signs, each sign about what anti-violence looked like to them as a picture. Patients took all of those signs and turned it into one giant poster that literally took every single person's artwork and combined it into a poster. I wish I had it here with me. And when I took it back to the school to show the kids what she had done, they were near tears because they couldn't believe how all of their stuff came together in this one picture, including a young person who didn't like what they drew, and they ended up scribbling it out. And Patience was able to incorporate that scribble as part of the larger piece. and it was absolutely stunning. So there is artisticness in patience abounds, from being able to do hair to digital artwork to drawing, painting, scribbling, whatever. And I look forward to how you're going to express your artistic side as you continue on in life. Like, that's the part I am very much excited to look forward to.
Thank you. Thought it was just like a little, like, I think I could have did better on that one that you're talking about. Like, it wasn't full enough.
Of course, of course,
She's
of
very
course, it wasn't right for
self-reflective.
you.
Self-reflective and looking for opportunities of improvement always. Adults, take notice. Like, adults, please pay attention to the teachings of patience.
That's a fact.
I
And
am
patience,
the
always remember that the people that care about you most and love you the most and have your best interests at heart are the ones that are your mirror. I know it's not always easy to take compliments, but we're your mirrors and we see who you are, and it's really impressive. And yeah, just take that all in and just absorb it and just recognize what it is. Like, amazing talent. I'm so grateful that you're a part of all of us and you've been working with Jamaica up to this point, and I'm so interested, curious, excited to see what comes next beyond what's happening with our youth organizing event.
That's right, everyone. Saturday, April 26th, 10 a.m. at the Phyllis Point Branch Library on State Street in Schenectady. If you register at Building Youth Power 2025, it's on your screen, it's in the chat. You'll get more information, because Patience has helped me develop the program for that day. Patience will be in the house, so will Maddie. Dom's coming through. We already know.
Right.
If Dom doesn't have work, he's there. And it's gonna be a great time. I wish I could clone Patience and Maddie and Dom. Like, there are so many amazing youth in our communities, and we need to. There's going to be a roundtable now. We just figured it out. There's going to be a youth roundtable. We're going to make that happen. Closing thoughts, Patience, before I put on the rest of your playlist, the intern playlist.
No, I don't have any closing thoughts, but thank you guys. This was fun. I would have been asleep by now, but this was better than sleep. And I love sleep, so.
Oh, that's saying a lot. Thank you, Patience. Thank you so
Yes,
much
thank
for
you.
being a part of all of us once again, and for joining us on Talk About It Tuesdays, live here with Jamaica Miles and Sean Young.
Peace, y'all.
Do I leave?
Not yet.